All right, let's get started today. Happy Sunday. Let's go ahead and have a seat, find a comfortable sitting position. And we're going to start with some neck stretches today. So gently bringing your chin down towards your chest. Feel that length through the rest of your spine as you gently bring the chin down. And then bringing it back through center. And then lifting your heart, looking up. Try to keep the back of the neck long as you open the front of the chest and look upward. And let's try that again. Letting the chin gently come down, chin to chest. And then coming back to center. And then looking up, opening the heart wide across the collarbones. And then back to center. And then gently bringing ear to one shoulder. As we're doing this, let's press through that opposite hand, reaching through the heel of that hand to elongate that stretch to the side of the neck. And then open the palm wide. So spread your jazz hand nice and wide here. And then slowly investigate, finding other areas of stretch, opening up those nerves through the arm, through the neck. And then soften the arm and gently bring your head back up and try the other side. Just tilting the head, ear to shoulder, and then reaching down with that opposite hand, flexing the wrist, spreading the fingers wide, and then wherever feels appropriate, you can explore and find other areas of stretch there. When you find a good spot, you might want to stay there and breathe through it a little bit. Waking things up through the arm, and then gently let the arm release and bringing the head back up and test, turning the head one direction and the other, opening things up. Good. Nice. And then shrugging the shoulders up to the ears and then feeling that lengthening, reaching down, and do that a few times. Shrugging up and exhaling, gliding down. And this time taking it into a roll. So rolling the shoulders up and back. Rolling them up and forward and then to the back. And do that a few more times. Waking things up, getting some movement through the shoulder blades there. And then we'll stretch those arms out wide to the side, feeling that stretch through your wingspan and taking our lateral side curve up and over to one side, reaching through that opposite sit bone down and away into the floor. Scoop the abdominals and reach on that forward diagonal. Breathe into that low back. Good. Bring it back to your sideways position and then bringing it back to vertical other side. Up and over, arcing to the side. Feeling that long side stretch. That's it. Good. And then hollowing the abdominals up and over. Feeling that stretch into the sides of the low back and across the diagonals through the shoulder. Come back to our sideways position again. Good. And then coming back to center. Keep feeling that reach to the arms, still feeling your sitting bones planted, plugged in into the floor. Just take a little spiral twist and bringing it back to center. And another little spiral twist and back to center. Really feeling the rib cage three-dimensionally, rotating on top and center. And again, spiral twist. Good work. Good. Let's bring our legs around to the side and we'll do our contraction and extension of the spine. So holding on to those shins, sitting nice and tall to start. Exhale, hollow out the low abs and round through the back. Really pull against those shins. Feeling some stretch, pulling wide across the shoulder blades, curling, really scooping the belly up and in. And then rocking forward, right back on those sitting bones again. Slide the shoulders down. Lift your chest, open your heart, feel that arc through the spine, back to center again, and continue, contract. You might want to hold on behind the thighs if that's more comfortable for you. Scoop that belly in, round to that low back, nodding chin to chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale as you paint the ceiling with your sternum, lift and open. And back to center one more time like this. Contract, hollow and round. Good. And then scooping forward. And inhaling, opening and looking upwards. Good. Come back to center. Let's try letting go with arms, and then contracting and rolling right back down, one vertebrae at a time, onto your back, all the way down. Good. From here, let's bring our knees into our chest and take a little moment, lengthening the spine. Feel the tailbone reaching down and away as you're folding those thighs into your chest. Nice little stretch here. And then taking the hands on top of those patella, on top of those kneecaps, circling and stirring, massaging across the sacrum a couple times each direction. Easy through the neck and shoulders. Just let those arms guide the thigh bones around in circles. Easy does it there. And then we'll open those arms out to the side. Feel that, again, that length across your wingspan. And twisting, knees going to the left and head turning to the right. Breathing into that low back. Feel open and surrendered across your chest and shoulders there. Today, if you'd like a little extra stretch, you can extend this top leg across the body, feeling a little bit more stretch to the hamstrings and the outer hip. Good. And then folding both knees together, exhale, scoop and gather, bring yourself back to center. Let's try the other way. Knees going over to the right, head turns to the left. Again, once you settle in, release, relax. And perhaps a little extra stretch, extend that top leg and grab a hold of it there. Good. And then again, bending both knees, gather the abdominals, bring you back to the center. Very nice. Place your feet down on the floor in your parallel position. You can circle those arms and bring your palms down beside you. Again, feeling long through the neckline here. Let's do our articulated bridge here. So we're going to start by imprinting that low spine into the floor, feeling that scoop of the abdominals, and then continue to peel the pelvis up, really lifting and opening the fronts of the hips, feeling the action in the backs of the legs through the hamstrings and the gluteal muscles there. Make sure your feet feel very solid and evenly placed on the floor. Take a breath in here. And then exhaling slowly, softening down from one vertebrae at a time, melting down into the floor as you go. Good. And all the way into that easy resting neutral position. Let's try this again. Inhale, prepare. And exhale, scoop and roll up. Feeling that abdominal support system really strong across the midsection there. Inhale at the top. Exhale, softening. Releasing the neck and shoulders, curling through that low back, feeling that stretch through the lumbar spine as you melt back down. Good. Let's try this one more time. Scoop and bridge up again. Good. And we're going to add a little bonus here. So we're going to stay lifted. So keep lifting the pelvis nice and high. See if you can keep the pelvis from wanting to tip yet and march. Lift one thigh off the floor, waking up those hamstrings. And then place that foot back down. Keep the pelvis lifting. Other side, abs strong, exhale. Floating one leg up. And return. One more time each side. And again, keep the waistlines long. Exhale, float one leg, marching in place. Other side, and exhale, float. And return. Lift that pelvis if you've drifted downward. Inhale, exhale, and again, rounding, melting back down again. And then again, hug those knees into your chest, stretch out that low back. Very, very nice. From here, extend the left leg long, feeling it stretch open through the hip flexors there while you pull the right knee into your chest. And then we're going to turn that right thigh out, opening it to the side. So you may feel some more inner thigh stretch. Try to keep that left hip from wanting to spiral and follow over to the right. Keep it anchored. Good. And then taking that leg across the body, opposite hand on the outside of that thigh, and another spiral twist here. So getting a little more spiral, a little bit more range. Continue to breathe. Good. And then bring it back to center. Once you've come back to the mat, extend that leg longer and feel a little bit more hamstring stretch here. We'll do a similar stretch now with the lever nice and long. So opening that leg out to the side again, but this time the leg is straight. Feeling a little deeper stretch as we go. And again, abs zip up, gather that leg back up, take it with that opposite hand, and gently go across the midline. Let's first keep the hips in place. So we're isolating it to that outer hip stretch. And then again, if you wanted a deeper stretch, again, you could twist, allowing the hip to come away from the floor and getting more into the low back and outer hip there. And then again, exhale, abdominals, bring your pelvis back to the center. We'll test our range again, see if we can get a little bit more stretch and parallel. And then go ahead and soften that knee so it's not locked out straight. Lower it a little bit. You can place your hands down beside you as your training wheels, and we'll do our single leg circles. We go across the body, inhale, and then circle and stir, down, around, and up. And again, inhale and exhale. How steady can you keep your pelvis? Just isolate that thigh in the hip socket. Inhale across and exhale, circle, stir. The bigger you go, the harder it is. Last time this direction, inhale and exhale, circle, stir. Let's reverse for 4. Inhale, opening, and exhale, swing that leg around. And 2, and around. So we're working deeper muscles in the hip as we move across and around, working psoas and friends. Inhale and exhale, around. Now extend that leg long, cast it all the way back down to the floor. And you may notice that it may feel a little different than the other leg, a little longer perhaps. Let's do the whole sequence on the other side, folding the left knee into the chest, still maintain that sense of length in the front of that right hip. Let it be heavy on the floor as you guide that left thigh into your chest. And then we'll open it out to the side, so rotating the thigh, opening it to the side, getting into those inner thighs a bit. Right hip stays parked right where it is. And then again, zip up the abdominals, bring the leg across the body, take that right hand on the outside of that left thigh and take it across into a twist. Again, you can turn your head toward the left in opposition. Feel that swinging out of the spine. Deep breath. And bring yourself back to the center. And then from here, we extend the leg, getting into deeper hamstring stretch. So again, holding onto the leg wherever you feel, you can grab a hold. With each exhale you take, you may notice a little deeper release into that stretch. Let's turn that thigh open and open it to the left again. You can prop your elbow on the floor to help support that leg as you open it out. Always breathing as we stretch. And again, abs help bring the leg back to center. Take it with that opposite hand. Part A of the stretch, keeping the hips even on the floor as you bring that leg just across your midline. And then the second part, go ahead and spiral if that feels good to you. Good. On your next exhale, bring the abdominals deeper into the floor, bring the pelvis back to center, the leg follows. Test that stretch one more time in parallel. And then again, we'll soften the knee, relax the thigh, so we're working deeper in the hip socket. Hands can be down beside you for our hip circles. Inhale, across. Exhale, stir, down, around, and up. Inhale. And exhale, circling that leg. 2 more times. Try to keep your upstairs nice and easy. Easy through the neck and shoulders. Put all that effort into the low abdominals. Inhale across and exhale, circle, stir. 4 times reversing now. Inhale, opening around. Exhale, swing. And again, 2. Keeping that sacrum placed on the floor. 2 to go. Inhale and exhale around. And last time here, inhale and exhale. Good. Now stretch that leg long and cast it down all the way toward the floor. That's it. Great. And just take a moment to release there. Maybe wag in and out with the legs. Let them be floppy and loose. Very, very good. Bring the knees back up. Let's start with them placed in their neutral position here, keeping that pelvis nice and level, feet parallel, legs parallel, hands beside you on the floor. Now you can either do this reaching with your fingers, or if you have neck support issues, if you need to hold on to your mat, you could use that as your support. We're going to inhale Exhale, finding our chest fold, that pivot point right under the sternum, to scoop the abs in. Try not to tuck or change the position of the pelvis so that everything's staying level, but we're folding right underneath the sternum, reaching with the fingers so you feel that elongation of the shoulders reaching away from the ears. And I'm looking right through my thighs here, right through the center, energy, line of gravity, right down to the center of my head. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly roll yourself back down. Okay, we'll try that again. Inhale and exhale, chest fold. Abs are zipping up and in, and we're feeling that reach. Now, here's your challenge. If you're not using your mat, stay here with your arms or with your chest fold. Reach the arms up. Try not to let your head drift down. And then reach the hands back down, hovering off the floor. Keep that chest fold. Inhale, reach. And exhale, deepen. We're challenging that fold. Again, reach. Keeping those abdominals in charge. Exhale, reach down. Deepen that fold one more time. Float the arms up. And exhale, zip up those pants. Reach deeper. Inhale and exhale. Rest yourself back down. Turn your head side to side. Nice and easy. And then today we're going into our variation of the 100 called coordination. So the knees fold into your chest. We're going to find that same chest fold, but this time legs extending up toward the ceiling. Exhale, reach. Legs extend as long as they'll go. Hands are hovering off the floor, so try not to use your hands on the floor here. Open the legs apart. Exhale, close the legs. Here's our challenge. Study one leg, keeping it right where it is. The other leg opens. Try not to rock to the side. Exhale, come back together. Other side. Keep the other leg steady. One leg opens. And exhale, closing it back. Bend your knees and rest your head back down. We'll do this 3 more times. Exhale, fold, curl up, reach. Keeping your abdominal seatbelt strong. Open both legs, inhale. Exhale, close. Here's the real work. One leg open, trying not to teeter-totter. Exhale, fold together. Other side, open. Exhale, close. Bend the knees, rest the head back down. 2 more times. Exhale, curl, reach. Maybe taking the legs a little further from center to challenge yourself. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 1 at a time. Try not to rock. And close. Other side, folding over that sternum. And close. It's harder than we think, right? And down, and again. Exhale, curl up, reach. Inhale, looking straight through toward the other side of the room. And one leg. Exhale, close. Other side. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Bend the knees. Rest your head back down. Good. We're going to move into our roll up. You can either do this with the legs bent, feet on the floor, or later I'll also demonstrate with legs long. So here we are. Reach the arms up to the ceiling and overhead as far as you can without letting those ribs buckle and release. Feel that strength in your support system there. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, nodding chin to chest. If your legs are bent, you might use them to help yourself come right up that center line. Once you arrive, extend the legs and find that boomerang position, really reaching, folding over the waistline, wide across that upper back. Let your head fall forward. And then slowly rolling back, maybe bending your knees again, holding onto your thighs. Otherwise, keeping the legs long as you roll your spine back down. Let's try this a few more times. Arms reach, inhale up. Exhale, right up that center line. Try not to rock to one side or the other, but really focusing on equality through both sides of the spine. Reach and hover, pulling those abdominals away from your nose. Exhale, deepen that scoop as you roll yourself back down. So let the shoulders melt and rolling, unfurling with control. 2 more times. Inhale, the arms float up. Exhale, nodding chin to chest. Folding over the legs, that's it. And again, nice hover and reach. Exhaling, rolling back down. Heavy shoulders, scooping through. Unfurl, last time like this. Inhale and exhale. Good. And this time we'll open those sitting bones a little bit more apart and take a forward fold, stretching forward over those legs. Breathe into that lower back, into those hamstrings that are hopefully loosening up a little bit more now in Evan. Good. And then let's roll ourselves back down. Again, nice and smooth and slow. Very, very nice. Okay. Bringing the knees again into the chest. And we're going to do our crisscross exercise again. I love this exercise because it works just about every abdominal fiber that you own. So we're going to take the arms around, hands behind the head. Make sure you're not scrunching those shoulders up to your ears though. Feel the support through the lats as you pull the elbows, or sorry, the shoulders down away. Those armpits are nice and strong. Long space from ears to shoulders. Now then, find that chest fold we worked. Still wide across the shoulders and the elbows. Extend one leg and rotate around that sternum, crossing your midline, elbow to opposite knee, and then exchange. Other leg extends and other elbow to knee. We breathe as we move. Inhale, switch. Inhale again. Switch. Exhale. Exhale again. And again, really folding, bringing the chest up off the floor. Exhale, rotating. Feel wide from elbow to elbow. Using your eyes to scan from side to side. And again, exhale and exhale. One more set. Inhale, nice and smooth. Inhale. And last two, out and release. When you're short on time and you only do one abdominal exercise, that's the one I pick, okay? Take a deep breath in, exhale, roll yourself back up. Let's move through our rolling series here. So bring your hips forward a little bit. Hold on to your ankles here, be nice and compact. Shoulders again, away from those ears, peering into the belly, round spine. Inhale, rocking back. Exhale, rolling up, find your balance again. That's it. And again, round things roll. So keep that spine curled in that little C curve. Continue. Inhale, roll. Exhale, up. And again, see if you can rely less and less on your arms to do the work. In fact, try with the arms rounded in front of you. Inhale, exhale. Stay in that compact shape. One more time. Abs are your brakes. And stay. Take a hold of those ankles, little test, little challenge. Extend the legs a little straighter. Maybe you can go all the way straight. Maybe they need to be slightly bent. That's okay. Separate the legs apart, keeping those shoulders plugged in. Drop down away from those ears. Bring them back together again. And fold the knees in. Do this one more time. Little test of balance. Abs are pulling deeply in. Shoulders are away, making it look effortless when it isn't effortless. Open those legs apart. Bring them back together again. Bend those knees all the way. Open the knees apart. Take your little butterfly stretch forward over the legs. Stretch out your low back. Stretch out those hips. Good. And then we'll roll ourselves back up. I'm going to scooch back a bit. Open those legs. Flex feet. Arms out in front like a zombie. We'll do our spine stretch forward. Inhale, feel the length of the spine. Exhale, folding forward, arcing over that imaginary basketball on your lap as you fold and curve that upper spine. Now then, inhale, stacking it from the base of the spine, roll yourself up. We're going to add our extension here. Elbows bend into that goalpost position. Lift your heart, pulling the shoulder blades closer together as you open the heart. Return to your zombie position. Try this again. Exhale, folding forward. Really pulling the waistline away from your fingertips. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, soften those shoulders. Inhale, bend the elbows and lift the heart, arcing through that upper back. And we'll do this one more time. Extend. Exhale, deflate. Inhale, inflate. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lift. And exhale, return. Good. Opening those arms to the side for our saw. Rotating as we did in the beginning, feeling that three-dimensional rib cage. Exhale, fold and reach. Cutting off your ankle there. Rotate that backhand under. spiraling. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, unwind. Other side. Inhale, feeling tall on top of that pelvis. Exhale, folding over. Try not to lift one hip up off the floor. Keep both sit bones down onto the floor. Inhale, rolling up. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Keep pulling those toes back if you can. Feel that stretch through the calves as well as the hamstrings, as well as the shoulders, as well as the torso. Inhale, pull up. And exhale, unwind. One more time. Rotate. And fold, reach. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Good. And bring yourself back up. And exhale and rest. Good. We're going to come back onto our elbows here. So we're sitting on the hips and then placing the elbows down on the floor. Try not to just slouch here. Lift your chest. Push out of those elbows. Nice and open through the chest. See if you can keep those abdominals curling up and in, and then bring the knees one at a time into your chest. So you're just balanced on your sacrum and on your elbows, forearms here. Just to take a little tick-tock side to side, keeping the knees stacked together. We're going to challenge that twist once again, peeling over to the side, keeping from losing your balance and falling off your elbows. Exhale, imagine a hook on your hip bone brings your pelvis back to center. So we're activating those oblique muscles. Other side, up and over, keeping the legs stacked, rocking over to the side, feeling maybe some stretch through the lower back as well. And then again, exhale, abs engage to bring your pelvis back to center. Continue like this, up and over. And then exhale, gather, return. Feeling how the abdominals can support that initiation to return back to center. Again, up and over. And then exhale, bringing your pelvis. Now you can either stick with this variation or challenge yourself with the legs straighter, extending up and over. Again, extending our lever, making it harder, putting physics to the test. Exhale, use your abdominals, bring yourself back to center. Let's just try that again. Up and over, keep the chest open. And exhale, bring yourself back to center. Nicely done. Bend your knees and rest. Let's flip over onto our bellies now. Working our upper back extension. So we're going to make a little pillow for your forehead, placing one hand on top of the other. Legs are just a hip distance apart right behind you. And rest your forehead on your hands here. Let's start with our alternating leg lift. So again, extending, working the hamstrings and the glutes and the opposite side of the spine as well. We're going to extend one leg, reaching it out, and with a straight leg, floating it up. Keep your abdominals lifting in rather than pooching into the floor to help support your back. Lower that leg down. Other side. Lengthen the leg and float it up. Abs pull in. Exhale, float it back down. Continue to alternate. Inhale, extend and lift, feeling maybe some stretch in the front of the hip as well. Exhale, lower it down. And other side again. Reach and extend, float and lift, and lowering it back down. Now then, let the legs relax. You can wag your tail side to side, let those hips release. Focusing now on the upper spine. So I'm giving just a little bit of pressure into my hands, and then I'm going to take my head off of my hands and work that upper extension. I still feel wide across. Make sure you're not scrunching up your shoulders again. Pull those armpits down the back just to look out in front of you a little bit. And then lower the head back down. And we'll try that again. Pull those armpits down and away. Lift your focus. Keep the back of the neck long so you could still say hello, hello, rather than collapsing the back of the neck. And then lower yourself back down. Now you can either stick with that, or again, here's another little challenge variation. Keep your connection to your hands. And then as you lift your spine, you're gonna lift your arms. Abs in, don't pooch. Abs strong, inhale, exhale, lowering back down. So really great exercise to help strengthen the back. Again, elbows wide, abs lift, inhale, open, and lower down. One more time, either the first way we tried or this challenging variation. Inhale, elbows lift, long space from neck and shoulders, and exhale, lowering back down. Very good. Come on to your hands and knees now, pressing yourself up. And we'll find our little coffee table position here. So nice and square, shoulders over the hands, hips right over those knees. And going into our cat and cow stretches, so rounding the spine, letting the head fall forward again, looking toward your belly button, opening that space between the shoulder blades, nice and wide. Return to your long spine. And then let's go ahead and arch, slide the shoulders down, and again, open the chest, arch with that low back. Good, curling that spine. Do that one more time. Arcing and doming. Lift the abs up and in. Pull those shoulder blades wide apart. Let's pause here and now shift your weight forward and back. So I'm just hinging and pouring more weight away from my hands and then back over my hands. Maybe feeling different areas of stretch as we do this. Still maintaining that curve, that cat back. Now, as you go, come back to center, lengthen the spine. Now, instead of going into that low back arch, just pull the shoulder blades back and open your heart, shine your heart light forward. Keep that lift and support in that low belly. So now we're just going into that thoracic extension, cervical extension. Good, come back to center. From here, we'll do our thread the needle stretch. We're gonna take our arm and spiral the torso again. So we're feeling that rib cage really get some movement today. Thread the needle. Fingertips dive through and lower yourself down. So you might bring the side of your head toward the floor, press into that shoulder that you're stretching, breathing here. And then again, lift your abdominals, press into that hand to bring yourself back to all fours. Other side. Inhale, lift, open, spiral the chest. Feel that chest open. Thread the needle. Spiraling the rib cage, and then lowering down into your stretch. Peekaboo underneath that arm. Again, you can pour a little extra weight perhaps into that shoulder, giving some more stretch between the shoulder blades, the outer deltoids as well. Good, and again, press into this hand that's on the floor. Bring yourself back together again. We're gonna bring the knees together. And again, keep that sense of lift, like you have a big sash around your middle, lifting you up. But try not to change that spine. Find those natural curves again. Tuck the toes if this is a possibility for you. We're going to do our floating coffee tables of strength. So balls of the feet on the floor, knees together, adducted together, heart lifted. So feel that width across the back. See if you can balance on the balls of your feet. Pick up those knees just an inch off the floor. Zipping up those abdominals. Feel like you're zipped up your tight jeans. Stay in balance. See if you can breathe at least 4 deep breaths. Feeling those inner thighs pulled together, the heart floating up away from the floor. And then lower yourself back down. We'll do this one more time. Press out of those hands, lift the heart. And again, abs strong, float. And balance. Check to make sure you're not way up in the sky, just an inch. Keeping that nice right angle through the hips. Abs strong. And then release. Untuck your toes. Round your spine. Sit back toward those heels. And take your child's pose stretch. If you can, tiptoe the hands as far forward as you can. Relax that head toward the floor. If you would like a little more armpit stretch, gently bend your elbows down toward the floor while you're stretching. Feeling all sorts of different stretch under the arms. Breathe into your low back. Nice. And then again, curling up, rolling through the spine, abs scooping, and roll yourself back up to sit. And we're gonna roll over onto our side now for our side leg work. And again, we come into my favorite banana position. So your hips and shoulders stay stacked. Legs are angled toward the front corner of your mat. And you can either lie long on your arm here or prop yourself up. This hand can be your kickstand, but again, test from time to time to see if you don't need that balancing help. If you can go to even one finger, that would be an improvement. So we're gonna try to feel length through the waistlines on both sides. And we're gonna move into our single leg kick today. So take that top leg parallel and float it up so your foot, knee, and hip are on the same plane. flex the foot, and we're going to fold in the crease of the hip, sweeping that leg like a pendulum forward. Point the foot and reach it back without letting your rib cage spill out or arch to the back. So we're opening that stretch in the front of the hip. So we pendulum swing, flexed forward, point, sweep it back. Exhale. Inhale, fold forward, and exhale, sweep it back. See how steady you can be. You may need that hand still for a little guidance as you move, keeping everything supported in the core, shoulders soft. 2 more times. Inhale, sweeping forward, and exhale, sweeping back. Big stride forward and then back. Good. Let's take it into our bicycle. It still flexes. It still goes forward. We bend the knee. Keep the foot flexed. Push the thigh bone back and then extend the leg to where you were before. Again, folding forward. Bend the knee. Press the thigh back. Exhale, extend through the heel. And again, forward, keeping that leg on that parallel plane. Bend, press it back, and extend. 2 more times. Try to smooth it out now. More cyclical, bicyclical. There you go. And again, and fold, and reach. Now then we're going to reverse. So once it's from the back, we bend the knee, feeling that thigh stretch. Fold the thigh forward. Extend the legs straight. Stretch those hamstrings. Exhale, sweep, using the hamstrings to go to the back. Again, bend the knee. Thigh pulls forward. Extend the leg long. Exhale, sweep all the way to the back. Checking with this top shoulder. Smooth it out. Fold, hinge, reach, sweep it back. Bend, hinge, reach, sweep it back. 1 more time for good measure. Bend and hinge and reach and lengthen it all the way back. Good. Bring both legs together again. Bend your knees. Let's take our dessert moment here. So hands stacked, head can rest on the floor. Slide this top arm beyond your bottom hand and then open the book. Big spiral twist. Let your head roll on the floor. Another stretch for the chest and the shoulders, the low back. Surrender, release. And then reach to that arm, gather, and return both hands together. Good. Let's do our fancy transition around to the other side. And we'll do all of that for the other leg. So again, get yourself organized. Legs slightly angled. That's it. Lying long or propping yourself up, whatever works for you. Long through the waistline, abs are zipped up, so feel that support. We take the top leg parallel, floating it up. Let's flex the foot. We're going to fold to the front, big sweep of the leg forward. That horizontal plane, point. Lose your form. And again, folding forward. Working your flexibility as we challenge the balance. Point and reach back. Stretch open that hip. Again, folding forward, flex. And pointing, exhale back. 2 more times. Folding forward. And sweeping back. And again, folding forward. Abs secure. Reach it back. Good. Now fold it forward, flex, and stay flexed for our bicycle. Bend the knee. Hinge. Press that thigh back. And now press the heel to extend the leg behind you. Folding forward. Big hinge. Bending the knee. Thigh presses back. Extend through the heel. Continue like this. Forward. And bend, hinge it back, and extend. Smoothing it out as you go. Continue to breathe. Release this top shoulder. Good. Moving through, one side may feel very different from the other side, remembering that always. And then this time, press the leg. Stay there to reverse. Bend the knee. Fold at the hip. Extend that leg straight. Press and sweep it back. Again, bend the knee, hinge, extend, reach, press it back. Test your balance. See if you can just go to 1 finger. And fold, and reach. Continue to smooth it out. Smooth bike ride. Organizing all of those joints to the lower leg. That's it. One more time. Good, working that fluidity. Good, bring both legs together. Stack those hips and knees. Let the hands come one on top of the other. Allow your head to rest on the floor. Top arm slides forward, moving through the shoulders. Open and enjoy that good stretch. A few nice deep breaths here. Good. And again, reach and gather to come back to where you started. Let's roll onto your back now. And we'll do our figure 4, or I call it the pretzel stretch because we're kind of tied up in little pretzel knots. We're going to take one ankle and cross it over the thigh, like you're sitting in a chair casually, and then thread that hand through the legs. The other hand meets either behind. You're going to clasp your hands either behind that thigh or on top of the shin. As you're folding in, bringing those thighs into your chest, try to relax your head on the floor and reach your tailbone actively down toward the floor. So we're elongating the spine and pulling those thighs in so that you feel those rotators and glutes really get a nice stretch here. As you're breathing, maybe rock a gentle side to side, finding other tight areas of stretch. And as always, if you find a place that needs some attention, stay there and breathe a little bit. Good. Increasing that range. And then again, carefully release out of that other side, crossing the other ankle over the thigh. And then that hand goes behind or between the two legs, linking the hands either behind the thigh or on top of the shin, or grab your pant legs, whatever you need to do. Again, bringing the thighs in as you let your spine elongate, long axis on the floor. As you fold those knees in, tailbone reaching downward. Deep, deep breaths here. And again, perhaps taking a little shift side to side, finding other tight spots. Funneling those exhales down into those tight places. Good. And then releasing that, releasing the legs. Place your hands one more time on the floor. Usually we do this toward the beginning of class, but I'd like to try it here today to work that low abdominal strength and to get a little bit more low back stretch. This is a precursor to our rollover exercise, like a little reverse curl, similar to our rolling exercises. You're going to scoop with your low belly, pull your thighs into your chest, and see if you can lift your hips up off the floor, and then slowly roll back down. So my head stays on the floor. I'm just trying to pick my hips up and then roll down. You may feel that you really have to press into the floor at the beginning as you're working this, and you may feel those triceps get a lot of work there. It's hard for me to talk and do this at the same time, but that gives you a clue as to how hard my low my low abdominals are working there. Again, heel up and see if you can melt or relax the shoulders. Keep those collarbones wide. One more time. Scoop it up and roll yourself back down. Good. Now grab a hold of those shins, nod chin to chest, and bring yourself back up to sitting position. And this is another one of the rolling exercises that I enjoy because it reminds me of Joe Pilates' circus stint. This is time in the circus. It's called the seal. I'll turn this way so you can see. So my legs are apart. I'm going to reach in and I'm going to grab a hold of my heels. So I'm kind of threading in and then wrapping and grabbing a hold of my heels this way. So I'll now turn this way so you can see me in action. So similar to our rolling like a ball exercise, you're going to balance, shoulders down, curling, looking into your belly. And here's the seal part. You're going to clap your seal flippers together, arf, arf, arf. And we're going to roll back, clap upside down, arf, 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 roll up, and see if you can find that balance. So it should put a smile on your face, if nothing else. We go clap, 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 roll back, clap, clap, clap. Loosen those hip sockets, roll up. And arf, 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 and roll, arf, 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 and roll, and balance. And one more time, arf, 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 and roll. Easy hips, 2, 3, roll up. Good, now unfurl, Bring those knees together. Abs are deeply scooped, shoulders are down. Let's work toward our teaser balance. Maybe you just stop at this tabletop position. Maybe you can find your balance, hands off, low abs, nice and strong. Perhaps extend the legs straighter without falling over, abs stronger. Perhaps arms parallel to those legs. Good. And release, bend back down, open those thighs again into our butterfly stretch, folding forward over those legs. Good, and again, roll yourself up. We'll do our modified mermaid today. So you can either go into classic mermaid position. I'm gonna demonstrate the modified position. So you're more in a Z sit here. All right, we're gonna hold on to that outer ankle, either legs bent together or like this. We're gonna take the other arm long by the ear. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side bend. Relax that bottom shoulder as you arc over to the side again. So that direct side bend. Good, now then take your hand behind your head. As we did in that beginning with that spiral twist, we're gonna curve over, elbow coming down toward that knee. Breathe, really lift the abs in, rounding the spine. Good, come back into your sideways position. And then extend that arm, see if you can deepen that side bend. Reach, reach, reach. Good, and then bring yourself up. And then reverse mermaid, bringing this hand to the floor, slide all the way down to your elbow. Lifting up, lifting and making a little tunnel underneath. So we're not collapsing here, but we're really lifting and side bending. Good. Inhale, reach this arm up. And just as we did before with the thread the needle, we're gonna scoop through and spiral rotate. So maybe getting a little bit more wringing out to the rib cage. Bring it back to our sideways position. Today, let's press the ceiling away and look back over that arm, opening the chest. Come back to that sideways position, nice arc. Inhale the arm up, see if you can not rely on this bottom hand, see if you can use your core strength to come back up. Let's swizzle around to the other side. So again, either knees stacked or in this more open position, your choice. Hold on to that outer ankle. Inhale, reach long, arm up alongside the ear, curving over toward that mermaid tail, over toward your feet, side bend. Good. From here, hand goes behind the head, inhale. Exhale, lift the abdominals and spiral rotate. Breathe into the low back, across the shoulder perhaps. Good, come back to sideways position again. Elongate that arm, deepen that side bend. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, bring yourself up. Other arm comes up, lifting the bottom ribs as you slide onto that elbow. Another little arch position here. Breathe. Inhale, reaching up to the ceiling. And then thread the needle. Fingertips initiate. Go through, lift the ribs. Rotate. Breathing there. Coming back to your sideways position, abdominal strong. Then open this arm, press and look back. Open your chest. Feel that stretch across the sternum. Come back to your sideways position. Good. Inhale the arm up. Exhale, abdominals help to bring yourself forward. And we're going to have a guest appearance by Herbie for our finishing breath here. So you can have a dog join you if you need to. Inhale, let's reach up. And exhale down. He escaped for a cameo appearance. Again, inhale, reach up. And exhale down. And I thank you all for joining me again today. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Herbie says bye.